Why the Long Face? Some extremely nice fellows talking rubbish every Tuesday on IO Radio. Warning.
Some adult material may be contained.
The next 2 hours.
Hello, and welcome to Why the Long Face, this very special Friday night lockdown version of the show. So normally we would do Why the Long Face on a Tuesday evening in the IO studios in Ipswich between 9 and 11, and we would talk about stuff that interested us, or interested some of us. Play us laugh, we'll play music as well. But tonight, because obviously the lockdown and so on, unprecedented times, we're here on Zoom just for you in your living room. So here we are, guys.
Hello.
Neil, Martin.
Evening. Good evening, Mike. Good evening, Neil.
Hello.
Good evening, Martin.
So does this mean now that we can add the word influencer to our CVs?
I think so. Absolutely.
Wait until the views come in.
Yeah. So
I don't think that, yeah.
Do you think YouTube are going to be beating our door down?
It's inevitable. I think this will suddenly go viral. I think similarly to, is it Tom Moore, the guy who's walked, and raised 20 million pounds? I think we'll probably do something,
Similar to that.
If we were that well-meaning.
Well, we are well-meaning.
I guess we're well-meaning. And also, can you say going viral anymore? Is that thought to be a good thing anymore? I just wondered if it might change now that the things being as they are.
People will be offended by things that are classed as going viral.
Yeah, I'll just have bad associations going forward, won't it?
So how have you been coping? So we are now in what, sort of week 4, something-ish, aren't we?
How many years? I feel like, do you remember the character Ben Gunn from Treasure Island?
Yes.
He's just been there alone for donkey's years.
Well, I think we perhaps...
All he wants is a bit of cheese. A little bit of cheese for old Ben Gunn.
So I think we should probably share our individual personal circumstances. So I'm living with my family, so there are 4 of us here. But Neil, you're living on your own, aren't you? Is that right? Yeah.
I am currently.
So Neil, you're living on your own, working from home. Mike, you're living with your family, working from home.
That's right, yeah.
Living with my family, working at work.
Yeah.
So Mike, I think I know what he wants, right?
I like the round of applause. I'm all about the applause these days. Yes, definitely. Thank you. Yeah, I appreciate it. I do appreciate it. Thank you.
Mine's a lab rat, everybody, in case you didn't know. So
every Thursday evening when I walk outside my front door and clap, I obviously think of you, Martin.
Of course. Whilst I'm clapping, I'm usually thinking of me as well. I've enjoyed the clap, so to speak.
But it has.
Tried to make all of the claps different. So the first clap I was at home. Mm-hmm. So I went out and clapped in the street, which was going fine, and then got slightly awkward because my elderly neighbour next door, bless him, decided to actually name me personally.
Oh no!
Very awkward moment.
Kind of 2 doors down, picked up on this, and also joined. So that was an interesting one. Short of going out into the middle of the road and just kind of taking the bow, I didn't quite know what to do about that. At that point, someone actually walked past on the other side of the road who had no idea what was going on, which was interesting. So that's not for you, mate. The next one, I was actually at work and I went to watch the what they do at the hospital, which was emotional.
Yes.
Because like A&E staff come out, and somehow I think all of the policemen in Suffolk turn up as well in their cars, and there's a whole kind of parade of cars, and they're doing donuts in the car park and all sorts. Their sirens are all going off.
No surprises there.
I mean, it was emotional in a moment, Mike. In a moment, Neil. In a moment, you can talk in a moment. should point out that we had a pre-show discussion, which is basically the meeting, which meant that we were not allowed to interrupt each other, which is a problem for me because it's kind of what I do. Yeah, so I had a very short-lived respect for all policemen, which was strange. I kind of felt for the policemen and was, had positive vibes for the police joining in and turning up. Yes.
Neil.
I just want to say, if all the policemen were there, surely it would be like a jamboree for the criminals, wouldn't it?
Exactly.
So, if you were listening to this and you were in the Suffolk region, and you were planning a blag,
yeah,
then you know where all the policemen are going to be on Thursday, right? Apparently.
But not for very long, You're probably going to get away.
They were there for 7 minutes tops. 7 minutes tops. They put their sirens on. They did some donuts in the car park, and then they left.
I'll tell you what. 7 minutes, I could do a bank job.
Finally on this. What are you doing?
Look what's happening.
That's an insult in some countries. What are you doing?
That's my hand. I want to talk.
Yeah, but you can't put your... So you put your hand up, then you point to your hand. I'm finishing my final piece here. Like, we're all new to broadcasting. I've never done this before. I don't know how it's... But I figure in the rules you set out at the beginning, I'm allowed to finish my piece.
Yes.
The most recent Thursday night clap was the best thing ever because I was at work again, but I snuck off a few minutes early so I could be driving at 8 o'clock. And I legitimately honked my horn all the way home. It's about a 5-minute journey. And I could honk my horn all the way home, and it was marvellous. Perhaps not in the true spirit of it, but I had a good time.
I'm truly disturbed. I think Martin just seems to be on like an outrageous ego trip. I mean, I can imagine next Thursday, Mike.
Well, I just want to a quick aside about the whole clapping thing. I find it a little bit socially awkward. I mean, I absolutely respect the reason why we're clapping. Don't get me wrong at all. But I kind of, like, for example, last night I said to Heather, it's 8 o'clock. She said, oh, we're going to clap. And so obviously we want to clap, and so we gingerly went to the front door, I did. And there weren't a lot of people clapping as we went to the front door. And I didn't want to be the first person to clap, because it was a bit, I don't know, it just feels a bit kind of over-insistent, doesn't it? And
it is awkward. I think that's why I've tried to mix up my Thursday night experiences, because you do go out there and if you've got nothing tangible to clap to, you've got nothing to click on, then there's no rhythm.
So
I mean, what when you're essentially trying to fake a clap, aren't you?
It's
really.
So Heather pushed past me as I was kind of like doing kind of that. Yeah, she pushed past me with the kind of a saucepan lid and a wooden spoon, and stood in the kind of on our path and was clanging. And I was thinking, that's what you want. That's what you want.
No, it's getting ridiculous.
To grab the by the balls,
I did ask Kat, prior to this Thursday, if she could make me a one-man band.
That's what you need.
No,
you need
that. That's not a request you get every day.
But plus, of course, you also socially judge people as well. I mean, it's not that's what it should be about. But you think, oh,
so, hang on, sorry.
What, like I know you're in.
Yeah.
I can see your television through the curtains.
And let's face it, Martin, where is anybody going to be? Everybody's in, aren't they? You've got no excuse, have you?
What confused me was I discovered last night, because last night I was in as well. And that would make that the fourth clap, wouldn't it?
I think it was the fourth clap.
Yeah, the fourth clap. So I was in, and I noticed it was on the television live. There was like a little 5-minute segment on the BBC, like akin to the fireworks on New Year's Eve. And I was like, what kind of choice do you make there? Is that for people who can't make it outside, or don't have an outlet, or live in a I don't know. Is there such a thing?
All over the country, Martin, there are people who sadly can't clap. Like one-armed people often.
Right. Okay, but
My wife has got an extraordinarily loud clap. I mean, I'm not joking about this. She's got an extraordinary clap.
Really?
So she will pretty much she fills the neighbourhood when she claps.
Could we perhaps organise a demonstration of your
Maybe
wife's?
not right now, but maybe next time.
Well, she doesn't have to be on camera. She could just do it off camera, perhaps.
Well, I'll see if I can arrange it before we go off tonight. I'll see if I can arrange a clapping somewhere.
Okay.
Yeah. But do you agree though about the social awkward? Not the socially awkward bit. But
I do.
You're kind of judging your neighbours. Well, where are they? What are they doing? What's more important?
To be fair, Neil, when I was driving past the clap before last, I drove past your house.
Yeah.
And honked my horn a lot. You were not there. You were
No.
aware. I made a note of that in my notebook.
The thing is, I live in quite a big property on Bixley Road. It's detached.
Fulton Manor.
There's quite a walk to even the street, which is a busy main road. If I were to go outside my house and clap, I may as well be doing it on the moon for all the good it would be doing.
I think it's
anybody.
It's the symbolism of it, though, Neil.
But
yeah,
I'm
judging you, Neil.
If nobody sees you, then it's not symbolism, right? Because you're not there your absence isn't even noted.
That's very true.
Do you think I should just do it meaninglessly out of the kindness of my heart, even though nobody will see me and nobody will hear me?
So if you clap and nobody hears, does that mean you didn't clap at all?
Exactly. Yeah. That's my philosophy.
If we all had that attitude, I don't know.
But if you're in a terraced, area, then it's pretty quite a nice thing to do, and everyone can sort of, egg each other on and feel like they're part of something. I'm just stuck out here,
Can I just say, joking apart, actually, I found it incredibly moving. I do find it weirdly moving,
I find everything moving now. Everything.
Sure. Yeah.
I find it desperately hypocritical.
I mean, I found everything moving anyway.
A lot of those people voted Tory, right? Those people clapping, I'll give you a clap, but won't actually make any change to your life,
That is a point of view. I tell you what. Last night's clap, during the clap, I received a gift. Again.
Oh my God! What are you, some kind of local?
It's all about me.
Local hero.
Yes.
What is that?
Elderly gentleman next door. It's a sunflower. I don't know if he cast it himself. I think I could hang it up. It's got to hang it up.
Yeah.
The sunflower. He said he painted it himself. A few years ago, we had a neighbourhood sunflower growing competition. My wife put sunflower seeds in Christmas cards for the immediate neighbours. We had one. I think it ran 2 years. It was basically it was probably length. We were probably talking height of sunflowers was who decided the winner. But I think he thought it was my idea. It's actually my wife's, to give her credit. But so he remembered that. So he painted a sunflower for me. And look.
Ooh.
There, but I'll let that slide.
What's what?
I know, it's all about me. Well,
it is a lot about you, Mark, but
the spelling of my name is easily done. Is wrong.
I'm going to go next Thursday. I'm going to not waste my clap. Right?
You'll come round with a present for me, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm going to go to Martin's house with a great big placard saying, "Martin Brown, we love you." It'll be like the Beatles coming back from America.
You can binge clap though, Neil, can't you?
Yeah.
So you haven't clapped for a while, so maybe next Thursday you can clap for absolutely ages.
I'll do 5 weeks worth of clapping.
Yeah.
And I'll still be clapping when all the other people have stopped clapping.
Well, see, this is another point. I mean,
I'll be like the guy who doesn't get the joke in the crowd. He's sort of still, he found the last one particularly funny, so he's still going whoa, whoa, like about half a minute after everyone's like silent. What
are you washing your hands?
yes. Oh, right, because I've moved it. So I took it in off the man next door. I took it in off him, and then I put it into the kitchen that evening. And then for tonight's show, I've brought it through, and I've realised that he did hand it to me, and I did take it. And at no point have I given it a clean thing. I know it's transference to me, which I'm kind of okay about, rather than the other way round, which would have been worse. But I thought, and it was happened to be on the table, the real deal.
Yeah.
So I thought, why not?
Fair enough.
It's easy, everybody. Everybody at home, keep on washing your hands. Don't think.
Yeah, well, I wash my hands a lot. I mean,
the need to wash your hands.
If you'd washed the sunflower, then you wouldn't need to worry.
Exactly. But I'm not in a position now, whilst we're fashioning a program, to go and wash the sunflower. But I can wash my hands.
Okay.
That seems probably a waste of time, possibly.
I was just thinking. Plus, if you washed it, it might wash off Martin NHS 2020.
It might. Let me have a. Hang on. I know. I reckon that's the sort of metallic paint that you perhaps might do some paint some piping with if you want silver piping.
How many holes are in that, by the way? Is it just the one?
3. And there's a central hole. That's not for hanging. I don't know what. That's probably part of the casting process. I don't know. And then there's
is it actually a hanging? Is it like a pot holder, Martin? Isn't it? So you would hang it, and then you would put a pot on it, on the sunflower. Yeah.
How would it work? Oh, you mean? Oh,
yeah.
You mean horizontal?
Yeah.
Like a like a lampshade affair.
Like a triumvirate of strings.
Yeah.
And then you put a pot on the sunflower, as it were, and you put some kind of hanging plant in there or something.
I don't think it'll work. It's got a raised centre.
But it must be, if it's got 3 holes, it wouldn't be, that's
very true. But I was looking at 1 hole and a nail and having it on the side of my garage, like so.
Well, you could do. I don't think that's what it's meant for, though.
I don't think that's his intention. Right, okay. Next time. Next time I see Alan next door, I'll have a word and we'll find out.
Don't say, Alan, what is it? He might think that's rude.
I've got one final question about the clapping. How long do you supposed to clap for?
I think it's the standard minute. I would have thought.
Just hours, mate.
Longer, but I would have thought a minute is fine.
Well, I mean, we do it for about a minute and a half. Maybe we go back in, and then we'll open the door about 2 minutes later, and there's still people clapping.
I think
it's almost like you open the door, close it, open it, close it.
Maybe there is a thing about being the last man clapping.
Yeah.
I think that the rule is that it's 1.5 minutes unless you're outside Martin's house. In which case, it's possibly an hour.
I expect marching bands, fireworks, cheerleaders.
He's only in the lab. He's not really front line. Anyway.
Yes, Mike.
I'm going to change the subject about the coronavirus, obviously still. But have any of you had any dreams about it at all?
No. I had a dirty dream about it, Mike.
I don't want to hear about the dirty dream now. Remember, we're broadcasting to friends, family, and
oh yeah, new people. Hello, new people. We normally like this, but less ugly.
Yeah. Well,
I'm usually. I like to think I'm less jaundiced.
Well, you look positively healthy.
I think I have a bit of a sickly pallor, perhaps, going on. I think it might be the light above me. Possibly.
Shut up! I'm actually pink. I mean, really.
You are pink.
I would kill to be lit like you guys right now. I'm going to have to buy a whole new lighting rig for next week or whatever,
You've got to choose your backdrop carefully. I've been watching these programs with people, and you've got to choose your backdrop carefully. Mike's got a fresh new kitchen. We know this. He's chosen his kitchen. I've gone for that sort of charity shop shelf look.
Yeah,
I like it.
Well, if you listen to the show regularly, we have a thing about shelves of DVDs. Well, here's mine.
I think it was very learned. Actually.
I think you're drawing a bit of an unfair comparison because, as you know, I'm only here temporarily, so I've not really bothered to, make it my own or decorate much, So,
but didn't you have that? Didn't you have that pull? If you knew you were doing this, didn't you feel you needed to do something with your backdrop? I don't know what you can do.
Okay, next week, right? If we are doing this weekly, which I imagine we are for the forthcoming, right? I will have something startling in the background. Okay.
Okay.
I shall say no more.
I don't know,
You just hire a kind of burlesque dancer for the evening, just to quietly do her thing behind you.
I know that if you use Teams, you can put a custom background on, can't you? You can actually change your background. So if you do use a different kind of, streaming, whatever, broadcasting way of, over the net, then you can change your background.
I don't think the free complimentary version of Zoom has that.
I think it might.
Okay.
I think it might. Yeah. Oh, hang on.
Well, I was doing this earlier. I think I can change my background. I was able to change my background to any one of the photos on my photo stream.
Yeah, so you should be able
to hid around the edges, but I was able to do it earlier.
Mm.
I was. Let me see if I can. This is where it goes wrong, isn't it? Let me see if I can broadcast from the top of Mount Vesuvius, say.
Let's hope Martin doesn't choose an inappropriate picture to use as his background.
There's no inappropriate.
Can I just say something? I've got a horrible feeling the meeting's going to end any minute.
Okay.
So
really?
I don't
can I end it with a view of Vesuvius? Is that going to be possible?
Absolutely.
There we go.
Very, very nice.
There we go. Look at now. On the balcony.
Martin.
That's very good. Listen, everybody, thanks for watching this first test outing for Why the Long FaceTime, as we might call it. We will put links up to next week's as well.
Yeah.
And if you enjoyed it, tell your friends, and we'll do this as often as we can during the lockdown period.
And next week we'll talk about maybe coronavirus dreams, of which I've got a couple to share with you all. So that's something to surely look forward to.
That was your teaser.
That's my teaser. Yeah.
That was
okay.
Short.
Well,
I've got
that's all I've got.
I've got a teaser too. Question for next time: what did William Shatner get in his divorce settlement?
Looking forward to hearing about that.
Okay.
So
thanks for watching, everybody. We're going to be back again hopefully next week. I haven't got anything to drink. It's not fair.
What were you thinking?
I'm just going to wave goodbye.
Until next time.
We've been Wide Long Face. All right. Bye.
Bye-bye.